A couple of months ago, I made a video called Social Media Followers Don't Equal Dollars or Fans, anymore. You guys can go ahead and check the link down below and watch that video. But just yesterday, Alex Hormozi, probably one of my favorite marketers behind guys like Neil Patel and guys like Gary Vee, Alex came out with a video yesterday talking about how he worked with someone who has 5,800 followers who makes $1 million a year off of that 5,800 followers on Instagram. And everyone is mind blown by this. I threw this on my Instagram story at the Talk Time Pro on Instagram, and I basically just lined out what he was talking about. I gave the gist of the video for my followers on my Instagram story. And people were just like mind blown by this. But this has been true and it will be true. There is no reason to strive for 1 million followers or 1 million views or some vanity metric like that, because it doesn't equal results. It does not necessarily equal dollar. In reality, I know way more million follower accounts and million follower people who are broke and who don't know how to monetize the following than I do people who are on the lower end of the follower scale who are actually monetizing and using their audience to their advantage. I think one of the things to really hammer down on and understand here is that a lot of the time getting followers means following trends. It means doing things that aren't necessarily in brand with you or not necessarily on topic for what it is that you're trying to do or what your expertise are, the services that you offer, right? And for creators, it's like doing things that are quite literally off brand. I work with a lot of DJs and with a lot of musicians, and I've worked with painters, and it's the same thing across the board, right? They all ask the question, should I jump on this trend or should I just do what I keep doing? And I'm always going to be a fan of sticking to your brand, sticking to what makes you you, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make your audience like you more. Hormozi said it best, right? When you make content that is specific, it's going to make certain people like you a lot, right? And those people who like you a lot are the people who buy. And that's a lot better than having a lot of people who like you a little. So that covers that topic and touches back on what I was talking about 3 months ago, which is the truth. You need to figure out what it is that you're offering, what it is that you're doing, what is within your brand, and stick to those things regardless of what the trends are showing. And that doesn't mean that you can't adapt trends to be a part of what you're doing to maybe reach a few more people. You totally can, but it's just not a great strategy to be chasing trends and doing trendy things just to get the vanity metrics up. It's not going to help you. I had a conversation with a close friend of mine who does over 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Here's what I said verbatim, right? We were on the topic of AI, but it's relevant to this whole conversation about content. Think about it from a painter's perspective. AI makes a painting and it has a market value of $100, and it's nearly indistinguishable from a painting that you made. But you documented the whole process of making your painting, and you made videos about what it means and where the idea came from, and buying the canvas and the paint and the one mess up that led to the change in the idea that led to the final thing. Now you're selling the story and the emotions tied to it as well as the painting, and because of that, you can sell it for thousands. And this really resonated with her, right? And then I went on to say, for creators, you document your process. For businesses, you answer questions. That is the two distinguishing factors here for creators and businesses. Is for creators, you want to tell a story of what you're doing and why. For businesses, you want to answer people's questions to gain their trust. These are the two very basic, very surface level understandings of how to make content that actually gets you fans or sells your service or product. Now, products can be a little bit different, right? Because you're trying to show off the selling points of a product, what makes your product different, this, that, and the other. But with services, 99% of the time, if you answer the questions that people in your audience have about your service or why it benefits them or how they can utilize it or what it's going to do for them in the future, you're making content that's going to sell for you. And then the other half of this equation, I shouldn't even say half, because content generation is really one piece of the puzzle. But the rest of this puzzle, the rest of the pieces here, are finding ways to nurture people who are getting more and more interested in you. And you don't have to have high fidelity, really high quality content that you're putting out regularly in order to attract people to you. In a lot of cases, actually, we're seeing that low fidelity content is doing a lot better than high fidelity content is. And that works for creators and for businesses. So really the core of this is getting consistent, staying in front of people, being genuine about what it is that you know and what it is that you're doing and why, and then finding ways to funnel people deeper and deeper into your ecosystem, closer and closer and closer to you and to making a purchase or downloading your song. This video might end up being a little bit redundant, but the fact of the matter is that like this is important, right? You don't need to be chasing fame in order to make money. And you also don't need to be chasing fame in order to make fans for your creative endeavor, right? Obviously more followers could mean more fans, but it doesn't really always mean that. What is the depth of the relationship that you have with your fans? If you were to come to their city and sell tickets, would they buy the tickets? That should be your question, not how many followers do I have, not how many views can I get on my next video, right? Think about your end goal. What are you as a creator or a business owner really trying to do? And look, if blanket fame is your goal, then we just don't see eye to eye and you should go work with someone else. You should go find a different marketer to pay attention to. But as far as I'm concerned, when there's an end goal of either making sales or building true fans out of people, we need to think about those end goals with regard to what kind of content we make, how we're getting consistent, and what type of a funnel we're putting those people through to get them closer and closer to us, our creativity, and our businesses. I hope I see you guys on the next video. We're going to be doing one video like this every single week where we're talking about a topic within the media, marketing, or branding space. And then we're also going to be starting up a vlog series, which we do once a week, showing off what we're doing with the studio, with the marketing, with friends and all of those things, just showing life and more of like the human condition side of things. What's going on in my head about the businesses, what's working, what's not, all the successes and failures, all of the growth, everything related to that. So expect 2 videos a week. You can expect these more sit down, talk to you kind of videos coming out every single Thursday. And then I still haven't picked a day for the vlog yet. We'll see kind of how it works out with editing and filming and stuff like that. But 2 videos a week. I've been on this platform for 8 years, sporadically uploading with no strategy whatsoever. And now that school is over, and I know I keep talking about it, now that school is over and 100% of my focus is on this, I have a game plan, I have a strategy, and I'm ready to fucking go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.